go check that we're live. Yeah, see, I accidentally started hosting Critical Bard.
Now it says you're live. And it's showing me an ad for the army.
Well, that's neat.
Ooh, the
I don't
army.
think I want to join, though.
You don't think so?
No, it's not really my thing.
Okay. I just want to make sure that I'm streaming.
You are.
Yep.
Okay, cool. There we are.
I see you live.
Hooray. Alright, so hello stream. We are getting started right now. It's happening right now. Thank you for joining us on this lovely Tuesday in July. Alright, let's see. So there's just all kinds of stuff happening in the chat. Tweeter of Vecna just followed. Oh, thank you.
Hey.
Hi.
Hey, Justin.
I don't know who that is, but apparently the rest of you do, so that's good. Hello. You're very excited.
Just a minion of an ascendant undead wannabe god. It's cool.
You know what? Don't judge him from his roots. That's rude.
Okay. I'm not following this, but I think you're neat. And then it looks like Bard Barbarian tried to have Hodor say something, and it didn't work. Should I add that over here?
Totally add that.
I mean, it's the best command. I'll give it to you if you want it.
Should I create a Terra says?
And an Ipsy
Yes.
says.
Yes.
Wholeheartedly, yes. I will
Alright.
send you the text for the command after this stream.
Great. Okay. So we're gonna get started. All right, ready, set, here we go. What did you all do last time?
Fought some jackals.
Mm-hmm.
Beat their asses.
Yep. You beat the butts off of them.
Killed the crap out of the leader and ran off the rest.
I shook some palms and licked some babies.
Oh.
There's not a good combination of that.
Don't have a response to that. So
We did
Good.
not that.
I believe what Relic might be saying is that he was soliciting some votes from the townsfolk to become their mayor.
Right, there.
Okay, good. But then you ventured up to the Tressendar Manor to investigate why it might have fallen down, and that's where you found the jackals in the courtyard. Does that ringing any bells?
Yeah.
Cool.
Aye.
Blew up.
I wrote down last time that you learned. I really have to stop writing down exactly what y'all say because it doesn't always make sense a week later. I wrote down that jackal murder. That is literally all I wrote down.
I mean, yeah, there was.
That's
jackal
literally all that happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Drew's
murder.
Harpala had a good time.
Yeah.
You learned that the orchard owner's daughter was missing before the manor blew up, and he talked about shady stuff. I
Oh
believe.
yeah, he said there were some shady deals going on, and then he didn't like it or something like that.
yes.
And then his daughter disappeared. She never came back, and then it blew up.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Some dirty deeds. They were done dirt cheap.
Yep.
Probably.
Yep, absolutely.
I wrote down that there are creepy people in the manor. Do you remember what that pertains to?
They were the people that were renting
yes,
it
they're-
were weird.
Oh, the dudes.
Yeah, prior to it
fellowship of
blowing up.
Something.
The ring.
The ring? No, not wrong fellowship.
No, the Fellowship of the Golden Mongoose, I believe, is what you were
that one.
reaching for, Brandel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, how could we ever have forgotten that name?
I cannot take credit for it. You learned that there are mines around here, which you didn't know about before. You learned about the Fellowship of the Golden Mongoose, and you learned about the Luck God Shrine. Which...
Oh yeah, we were accosted by that.
Oh, yeah, I made
half-orc
a
or
friend.
something.
That's right, you
Yeah.
were accosted by that guy a couple of sessions ago, and then there's also a Luck God Shrine here, so you think it might be an area thing. You learned that the innkeeper is concerned he won't be able to buy his inn outright. And you also learned that Marthala is down with day drinking.
Just the one time.
I just wrote it down.
Heard that before.
So
Wow.
okay, so Brandel took the RP point, the role-playing point, for immediately going invisible as soon as you guys started fighting the jackals, which is super on brand for him. I think that's good. Some other
nice.
fun role-playing moments that happened last time are the Tank Bros going ham on everything and murdering sleeping dogs. So not leaving
Couldn't
sleeping
just let
dogs
them lie.
lying.
Jackals, they're
Hungover.
different.
Oh, I see. Hungover Quentin is funny, and the effect it had on Brandon was amusing, which is true. And another good moment was Relic glad handing the orchard owners with copper that did not get taken was pretty good. So you guys are doing great here. This is good. All right, so with that, I believe we can... Does anybody have any questions before the action starts?
Lights, camera.
All right. So remember, you are standing in the middle of a courtyard with things falling down all around you. There's you're standing in a bunch of ruins. The most of the walls have mostly stayed standing up, but just the last foot or two of them. Otherwise, there's rubble everywhere. And dead jackals sprinkled around. What would you guys like to do next?
Literally.
Yeah, what would you folks like to do next?
Right.
And you're all here. All 6 of you are in this courtyard.
Probably still taking notes.
Yeah, we should look around the mansion, right?
Yeah. So there's
The
is
jackal
there a
only
door
had
to
that
anywhere
one
still?
satchel.
Yeah, so
Sorry,
remember the courtyard had an area that 4 or 5 jackals were digging in, and the murdered jackal is right, or the lead jackal is right next to the spot where they were digging. And I think I heard a question that I missed.
The lead jackal is still there. He just had the satchel, and that's it, right?
Yes, he just had the satchel, but you haven't looked at the digging yet.
Okay.
Ooh, digging in dirt. That's my thing.
Is it?
Big
It sounds
archaeology
like
background?
a beach football.
Oh, that's right.
thing.
Yeah, he has an archaeology background.
Right. Okay, so you guys can look around the grounds, or you can search where they're digging. What do you guys want to do?
If my notes are complete, I'm gonna look at the digging.
Okay. Relic? Oh, your caption says all right.
Yeah.
All right.
I would like to poke around, not in the hole because it's dirty.
Okay. Can you let's see here. Harlot, can you give me 1 minute and let me have Relic roll some dice for me for a second? And then I'll come back to you. Is that all right? Relic, can you roll me an investigation check, please?
Absolutely. That is a 12.
There are clear signs of some newly built structures having been burned or smashed to the ground, but there are 2 that are still standing, barely. When you poke around in one, you discover 10 days worth of rations, 2 explorer packs, 1 dungeoneer's pack, and some other adventuring gear that's been smashed and destroyed, but everything I listed with a name is usable. You notice that the older masonry looks like it had been crumbling for some time, and there was new stonework replacing the old, but it's all been smashed. And there are humanoid remains that the jackals have been feasting on, but there are no intact corpses. Isn't that fun?
How old do the humanoid remains look?
As old as I said the house falling down was, but
So,
I
like,
can't remember
3-4
how.
days.
Okay,
Yes,
so they're
that long.
fresh.
Yeah, they're pretty
They're fresh.
And gross.
I'm gonna grab one of the rations and start snacking on it as I come back out.
Okay.
Right, mates. There's some boys in there and a couple packs. It looks like the recent occupants of this here domicile may have passed away right here.
How can you eat at a time like this? You said there were bodies inside.
Right, I'm hungry.
You're
That's-
so crass. I'll sort of push past him and go from where he just came. Go to where he just
Rude.
Okay, so you find the same thing. There's some explorers packs and an engineering pack and some 10 10-day ration. So there's 7 ration packs, and each ration pack will last you 10 days.
Maybe
And-
last you 10 days.
Right.
And do I see the bodies?
You do, yeah. And they're not really recognizable. Like, the jackals have done a number on them.
Is it is it absolutely 100% looking at them that the jackals are what killed them?
You can't quite tell what killed them. You notice that there's one body that looks like it's literally been smashed to pieces. But a lot of none of the corpses are intact enough to be, like, they're all in pieces and stuff. Like, they've been pulled apart and gnawed on. Gross.
Any indication as to who these people were?
Well, it's tough to say. Their clothing is kind of in tatters, but I think you would imagine that these were the previous occupants. That would make sense.
Gotcha.
Yeah. What's up?
Druge, could you help me maybe get these folks outside so they could have a proper burial?
Fair enough. And he goes from cleaning off the glaives and the tusks, which are now splattered in various forms of gore and viscera, to
Gross.
helping extricate bodies.
Such cheery work we have.
Okay, so Harlech, back to you. You are investigating the area where there's digging. You hear
Oh yeah.
you hear a low pained moan from under the rubble.
Suppose I should probably dig faster than with the tiny trowel and the brushes. So I dig faster. Oh,
Okay.
actually, do I have anything that I can use? Oh, I should.
Alright, so you start shifting things around. It's actually easier for you to lift stuff because you've got hands instead of trying to dig with jackal feet. You find a half-orc
Yeah, probably.
buried under smashed and still smoldering ruins. And she blinks at you in a daze. And you lift more things off of her, and she sort of sits up and she moans again. She's not in good shape. She's not doing good. She looks very dehydrated, and she's been down here for a couple of days all on her own, underneath rocks, literally. She doesn't look like she's moving very well.
Oh, yeah, Brennan, can you heal this person?
What's that now? Oh, right.
Injured
yeah,
party. Apparently buried. I guess alive.
It looks more like
Well,
the building fell down
that's
on her,
it.
and less that she was buried alive, but yeah.
You are
She-
alive, right?
Yeah, that's a.
She seems to be mumbling something, and you can't quite make out what it is. And she keeps patting at her face and patting at the rocks around her and just mumbling and mumbling.
She looked wounded, noticeably.
Oh yeah, she had a building fall down on her. She is smashed up and she's not moving very well. She's breathing funny and she's all bloody and she looks dead, but moving. Sorry, I shouldn't say
Yeah.
that because you guys have run across actual moving dead things.
Yeah.
She looks like she's almost dead.
Yeah.
Bring out
too
your dead
soon.
dead.
Gosh.
Sure, yeah. I'll mumble a few words and wiggle a
Super
few
fresh
fingers at her.
Okay.
And cast healing word for 8 points.
Okay. She
And then I would like to say, Roy, are you a citizen of this here town? If you are, remember there's an election coming up and I healed you. Just saying.
she blinks at you
Of course.
and she says, yes, the mayor, the election, yes, for the mayor, yes. Of course I am a resident
Right,
here.
right.
I am the major domo of the company of the Golden Mongoose. I am Gilda. Yep, Gilda Dunn. Gosh, thank you. And you guys help her up out of the rubble, and she sits on a rock. and-
Major what now?
Major domo. I am.
Did you say you're Major Dummy?
And she says no.
Ugh. And
and
how long have you been under there, what's the last thing you remember?
You realize that the words she's saying sound sort of jumbled, and she spits out something into her hand and looks at it and then folds it to her chest, and she's answering your questions, and she says, "I'm sorry, young man, what was that?"
What's the last thing you remember?
Can I cast detect magic real quick?
Sure.
Do I see anything in her hand?
You sure do. I'm just trying to remember how much I care what the...
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
What
Do I
the-
see anything other, like, than the thing that's in her hand? Like, around her or anything?
That
That is, like, glowing with magic?
What's the range on that? Is that 30 feet?
I assume? I don't know.
Well,
yeah, it's
you're
30
bas-
feet sphere. Yeah.
You're basically blinded by all of your party members, but this seems to be the only
Jesus.
magical thing that she's got on her.
Okay.
And she says, "Well, we were
We're
working.
super magical.
We were working on renovations, and we were attacked at night by, I'm not sure who. All I know is we were under attack, and I was running to, well, I don't quite remember. I know one group got away, but I'm not sure about the others. I saw some...
I'm guessing no, because there's some corpses over there.
And her eyes fill, and she says, Are you sure?
Oh, pretty sure. We've seen our fair share, boys.
And she ducks her head, and you can tell that she's crying because you've just told her all of her friends died.
Oh, God.
What on earth did you say that for?
For the record, we
I
don't
was
have
just
any
providing
idea
knowledge.
how many friends she has.
So she looks back up, and
This is true.
her eyes are streaming tears, and she says, "I also saw a group heading over to the small cellar." And she's having trouble talking. She says, beneath the manor, it's just some storage area, and there's a cistern down there, a spring-fed cistern. And I don't know what they would have been doing down there. And she seems very distraught. She's having trouble focusing.
We'll go check, won't we?
Yeah, can we see the
how can-
the cellar thing?
You can. She points, and like you'd have to like crawl over some rubble to get there. But yeah, what were you saying, Marthella?
Well, I was just gonna say we'll go check and see if there's the possibility that your friends are all right. We can check it out. You stay here and rest.
And she says, "Thank you. Thank you." And you notice that she peeks at what's in her hand, and she puts it back up to her chest. And she's definitely not gonna die, but it's gonna take a couple days for her to feel better, all the way healed. What do you guys do next?
What's that you got? What's that you got in your hand there?
And she says, "Oh, I don't know if I should tell you. It's the property.
You can trust us.
It's the property of my company. And
Right, but I'm running for mayor, so I'm a trustworthy individual.
not even the town knows what we've been doing up here. What ruin it's brought us." And she
Good,
looks
good.
back over the ruins.
Well, that part's pretty obvious, I would think.
Well, I'm a bit of a historian, so I am very interested. And if you'd be willing to tell me a few things, I would appreciate it. Why don't we sit down and have a drink?
And she says, "Well, I need to see if anybody else has made it. Maybe they've hidden in the cellar. I have to
take
check."
care of that here.
We're gonna check this cellar, but you shouldn't stress yourself at the moment. It's
Yeah, can you, like... I mean, you're pretty hurt.
And she sort of pats her face and pats her chest and looks at the thing in her hand again, and she says, "Of course, And she opens her hand again and she says, "This is what brought us ruin. I don't want to hurt you. This is what it brings," and she gestured around her. "You don't want any part of
I
this."
attempt to persuade her to
Do it.
let us see it.
Can I want to use my Fey presence to try and charm her and help Relic.
Okay, Relic, roll at an advantage because you're being helped by this charming Firbolg.
I would like to leave this scene behind
That
and walk
is-
towards the basement.
Got it.
I
Okay.
think I'll head off with Marthala.
Okay, we're splitting the party.
Channeling
Cool.
his beach Firbolg.
21.
Okay. She says, "As long as you promise to be very, very careful." And then she opens her hand, and what
Oh.
you see in her hand is
Yes.
son of a bitch.
A napkin
what?
that she's
It
been
is
chewing on.
what?
It's a son of a bitch.
It has a name, but it
Onion,
doesn't
you
describe
son
what
of
it
a
looks
bitch.
like. I just realized, and I've been so prepared. Damn it.
Does it look like it'll fit into the thing that we already have?
That
Yes.
sounded. Name of your sex tape. Like,
I'm gonna
for sure
call
there.
it. I'm gonna say. Tyler in chat said it's a spoon. It's not a spoon, but good guess.
Damn it.
I'm gonna say that it looks like a gear that does fit into one of the faces of that thing that you guys found under the city, and it looks like it has a clock in the middle of it. So she opens her hands and she says, "This is what we found. We don't know much about it, but it's called the Timepiece of Travel. We found it about 6 months ago in the possession of an evil adventuring band that we defeated. And they claim to have taken it not long ago before from a tomb haunted by undead. And we didn't have a chance to confirm that. There was no real need after all. But after careful scrutineering and research, that we learned that the timepiece had magical powers, and we believe that they're dedicated to navigation and teleportation. We speculated that this might be one piece of a larger piece, and as you guys are looking at it, you recognize that the glyphs and the markings on it match the device you guys have exactly. And she says, the group that I said teleported away, they used this. I recognized another one of our adventurers named Telenatha. She activated the timepiece and she teleported away, but the piece was left behind, which seems very strange, and I don't know where she's gone. I grabbed the relic, and I was running away from our attackers because clearly this is what they sought. And the next thing I know, I was buried under rubble, and as I was running away from them, I saw some individuals, and I think they were members of my company heading down into the cellar, but I'm not sure.
Right then. So these members of your party that went in the cellar, might they be voting members?
She looks at you and she says, I couldn't rightly say.
Well, if the citizen's in trouble, we should probably help them, and then they will, vote the right way. I'm just saying.
And she says, that sounds right. She looks very confused.
Right, and it's probably the right thing to do, right? Right? Marthala, right? It's the right thing to do?
Marthala
and I are
and Quentin
headed-
have walked away from
As
you.
has Bruges.
And Druge. So it's just you and Harlick and Brandel standing around this lovely lady.
And we are, Brand and
right.
Harlick and me are just looking at the time thing.
And she says, do you want this? I don't think I can continue on in this work.
Oh my yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure, we'll
I-
take that off your hands, won't we?
We'll
Won't we,
grab
Jinx?
that. Yeah.
I'm gonna grab it before Relic does.
Okay.
Probably
Well,
smart.
yeah, you go ahead. You go ahead. Take that. It's safer with you. Right. but I'm gonna look at you.
So I am deliberately not giving you guys the stuff that's in the book because
Like magical weapons and stuff.
well, so it does this thing where like you guys are basically putting together a thing and each of the pieces do stuff, but it tells you what each of the pieces do when it's all together, but not what they do when they're by themselves. So about the only thing I know about this piece is that if you try to teleport with it, you can teleport, I'll say, to anywhere, but it'll stay behind.
Oh,
Also
so
sounds
there's
like
no
it
way
might
back.
work right on their own. Like they might be stabilizing each other. So
That's an interesting idea. Yeah, okay.
you know.
So, Quentin, Marthala, and Druge, you have. Hang on, I have a map for this. I finally have a map for this.
Da-da-da.
Da-da-da! Map. You have descended.
Fine, I'm sure.
So
Nice.
the
Great.
steps that you've descended are from outside the like if the manor were standing, this would be like around the back. And so you've descended down some fairly shallow steps to a door set into the base of this manor. What do?
What do we see?
So you see a low wooden door in front of you, embedded in the wall. Do you enter?
Before I do, I'm gonna cast light on the tip of my greatsword.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank fuck. That was my question.
I got you.
I'd say, do you mind if I give this door once over? Whether our old friends or their new friends might have messed with it a bit.
Oh, be my guest.
Thanks. I'll go check the door for traps.
Okay, roll me a perception check. Or wait, no, how do you check for traps? Investigation?
Investigation.
Whatever. Roll the one that checks for traps. Roll for traps!
Having not seen Quentin check a lot of
Trap
doors
check.
before and having a bad tendency of just running and rushing through them,
Yeah, what does this look like?
I'm gonna kind of like glance back at Druge and like half shrug while Quentin paws at the door.
Like, what is
Like,
this guy doing?
Yeah,
Like, what's he doing?
Like, he asks if he can check for traps, and you're like, sure.
Yeah.
Check for trap.
sure,
Druge,
do
Druge, whatever.
as you will.
Have fun, buddy.
Is that just booting it from a decent distance away?
Just
Booting it as in initializing a computer, or booting it as in kicking it?
like
It's
chucking.
ding dong ditch.
I mean,
You're going to knock
Take your
on it
boot
and
off
run
and
away.
throw it at some point.
Yeah.
Yep.
Throw a
You
spear at
did.
it?
By the
You
way,
That's the wrong. That's
Yeah.
the name.
he's still green, right? Just
He is still green.
No idea why.
He is. It's like
because you
the
didn't check for
one.
traps.
It's like the one thing I can recall from long ago was why he's still green and how long it will remain.
That in the poop pit.
Yep.
Oh, so there is like a duration?
Sure.
Yeah, the duration is forever.
No, there's an actual time limit on it.
There's a very real possibility
Does he
that
need
that
Drew Love's
either
first piss? Like
Harlan
how are
or
we
Relic
gonna-
could have cured this by now.
He needs to eat
yeah.
half a piece of garlic.
Yeah, I like that none of you have
Nobody's
tried
tried.
to make him not green. None
Oh
of
yeah,
you.
because I have no idea where
Somebody-
to start trying.
Somebody
Uh,
DM'd me on
it's-
Twitter about that like a couple weeks ago. They were like, "Why is Quentin still green?" And I was like, "Hi, random human on the internet. So Quentin is green because of blah blah blah." And they were like, "Yeah, but why is he still green?" And I was like,
I have no way to fix it.
"I'm sorry.
Nobody's offered
What,
to try.
what do you mean
I
by
mean,
that?"
we
And they were
can
like,
detect
"Nobody in the
magic.
party
Spell
has
it.
tried to get to cure."
If you want something, you have to ask for it.
Well, I think it's hilarious.
I do too. I continue to think it is delightful.
I mean,
Um,
there's all sorts of entertaining non-magical methods they might try, like bleaching
Painting
him.
a different
like,
color?
Oh, why didn't I think of that?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm surprised we haven't spent an entire episode with you guys trying to make him a different color.
Well, we know what we're doing next week.
Well,
he hasn't
I,
asked for it.
Got it.
Where can we buy makeup?
Bacon grease.
Ask to check
I
the door for
heard
traps.
bacon grease.
Bacon grease. Good. Good. Okay, so Quentin, you were checking for traps. What was your roll?
15.
So the wooden door in front of you does not appear to be trapped. It does look like, it doesn't even look locked. It looks like it's just got one of those rings in it that you just pull to open.
Okay. So I'm gonna kind of like just open it just enough that it is open and unlatched, and kind of
I'll
step
applaud.
back and gesture forward with a slight bow.
I'll applaud his efforts. Just very good. You
And I
opened that
roll
door
for
so well.
sarcasm check.
All right. So, are Relic, Brandel, and Harlot catching up with y'all?
I will. Yes.
If the lady seems fine, sure.
I mean, we have the thing. I'm just gonna move.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Marthala, you enter into a space that is all stone. The door that you just walked through opens atop a set of double stairs that descend north and south, so that's that weird, confusing bit there. About 10 feet into a cellar. So the walls that you're in are about 10 feet tall. At the west end of the room, there's a cistern full of clear water, and it bubbles lazily. I'm just using your character to make everything light up.
I'll follow her in.
There's a door on the cellar's west wall that is ajar. And you can just see it here. Quentin, you said you
Now
follow
I'm
her in?
confused. Is it a jaw or is it a jar?
Yeah, I was gonna
specifically
say
did make
the
that
door
joke.
is ajar.
You guys
Ajar. It's open. It's open a little bit.
But why isn't it a door?
You guys are butts.
Druge will follow them in and bring up the rear.
So the stairway
Just
leading
how
down.
low did you say this door is exactly?
It's only like 5 feet tall.
You can do it.
That is uncomfortable. But yeah, I would say he less walks in as much as he squeezes in.
Yeah. Your head is down far enough to easily tell that there are signs of recent foot traffic around here, like in the last week or so. So that's good. Okay, does everybody
So,
walk in there?
Quentin, did you
I
see
will
all
walk
the
into the room. Yeah.
footprints?
Sorry, what was that, Druge?
He's asking if you saw the signs of foot traffic.
I don't know. I have a passive of 17. Did I see the foot?
Yeah, it's not actually that hard to tell. It doesn't look like, other than the most recent foot traffic, that this place is visited very often.
I'll say, yeah. Do you have any insight as to what that might tell us?
That people walked by.
Thank you. That yes. Spent too much
Helpful.
time with Relic. And then I'll kind of walk over and see if I can take a better look at him and figure anything out from him.
I want to go open the door.
You would like to open the door. All right.
Yep.
You're not
Um,
gonna check for
you-
traps.
You open the door. This appears to be a storage space. There are stacks of crates and casks lining the walls of the storage room.
Anything looks particularly useful or out of place?
Would you like to investigate this space?
You know what? I would, as a matter of fact.
All right, roll me a
That's a-
perception check.
Perception is
Yeah.
17.
You spot you spot 3 flasks that are balanced very, very loosely behind the crates before you shift them.
I will remove the flasks.
Please roll a dexterity check.
God damn
Oh,
me
boy.
and my inquisitive nature.
Oh, here we go,
A
guys.
dexterity check or save?
I'm gonna say it's a
Either way.
check because you're doing it on purpose.
7.
Oh boy.
So I'm going to use that other one. It's not a huge improvement, but it'll help. I may have said something before about being delicate to you, and this comes through. You rolled a 12. What does that make it?
I rolled
Wait,
a
what?
12. That makes it a 14.
Okay.
Thank you.
Ta-da!
All right. There we go. All right.
I learned something from you.
So you start to. I'll say Harlock was peeking his head in at you. So you start to try and grab these flasks, and one of them starts to fall out of your hand. And in those frozen moments, you realize how delicate the glass of the flask is. Like, this shit's meant to shatter on impact. And then between one frozen moment and the next, the flask is actually in your hand, and you pull all 3 flasks back to you. And they do not give you a comfortable feeling in your heart of hearts.
Is Harlock still in the doorway?
Sure.
Smashing!
Wow.
My
Nigel
eyes will sort
Thornberry.
of get really wide,
Smash!
and I'll just sort of hand them to Harlock.
Ooh.
I don't think they're safe. Don't drop them. Whatever you do.
Yeah, it's a sliding scale.
Right, but probably don't, because I don't think anything good will happen.
Okay.
I'll kind of leave the room and make it a point to side-eye Brannon. Or if you want to rob them blind, there's plenty more supplies in there.
Easy now. I'm not robbing nothing.
At
I'm only
the
here to
moment-
capture hearts and minds.
Drew's last through his trunk.
Okay, so let's see here. All right, so yeah, what are the rest of y'all doing? Harlock, what do you do with your flasks?
Gosh. Examine them a whole bunch. Is there a flat surface to put them on? I don't think I have anything I can put them in necessarily.
There's a rim around the cistern on the west wall. You could set them there.
Alright, as long as the rim is fairly high up, like sturdy and not, I don't want it to be rickety. I
It's
don't want
flat.
it to roll
It's a-
off. I
it's
don't
a-
want it to
it's
be
a
too
flat-
thin.
Yeah, no, it's a good solid place to put those. Thank you for hemming your GM in, though. Yeah, I'm telling you that it is a safe place to set those.
Just, okay.
No, you've played with me long enough. Yeah, I got it. Yeah. As you set one down, there's a tiny rock that you didn't notice, and the world explodes. Yeah. Okay.
Damn it, not again.
All right. So, what are the rest of you doing? Harlock's playing with the flasks. Marthala and Relic are bickering. What are the rest of you doing?
I will wander over and poke my head in the door of the storage room. What else is in there?
So there are crates and barrels. Do you want to poke your head into them?
Yeah, well, not literally, but yes.
So when you pop some of the crates, you realize that there's all of these seem to have building materials in them, and excuse me, you find nails and just all kinds of things that you'd use for building stuff, powdered cement, like all kinds of stuff. Tile.
I would like to grab a handful of nails.
Okay. Okay.
Are they metal nails?
Yes.
Okay, yes. I would like to grab a handful of metal nails, please.
Okay. You do so. Add that to your inventory.
Oh, put them in my pocket along with my bit of string that I stole from somebody at some point.
Okay.
We're gonna wake up to a Rube Goldberg death trap at some point.
Yeah, alright. What are the rest of you doing?
I was checking out these footprints to see if we can figure anything out.
So, they're kind of, roll me an investigation check.
Okay. Basically, if she said they came down here, trying to see if we can figure out what happened from there. That is another 15.
That leads you over to this part of the room. You notice that there's a lot of foot traffic between this wall and the storage room and the cistern. And you realize that wall seems new and is poorly mortared.
Can I give it like a knock and see if it seems like hollow or movable or?
Sure. It definitely sounds hollow.
Okay. And give it a push. Check it for traps. Then give it a push.
Roll me an investigation check.
Cool. That's not so as good. That's gonna be a 10.
So it seems like you're it seems fine. It'd be hard to trap anything right in this like poorly masoned wall, but you
Sure.
seems fine. You want to try and push
Cool.
through it?
I'll give it a push and see if it gives at all.
It does. Like it'll take you about 5 minutes to pull enough stones down to get through this doorway, but it looks like a
if you
doorway has been.
disassemble?
Yeah.
It's not gonna swing freely. It's gonna disassemble.
Oh yeah, no. This is a
Oh,
poorly.
okay. That's what I was trying to figure out.
There's
Okay,
like
so if
rocks and stuff with like glue and crap in between them, but it doesn't look like
Okay.
it's set. It looks very hastily built.
Okay, if that's the
I'll
case,
look
I'll kind of
around.
like push on it a bit and see that that's the case, and kind of turn around under Druge and just kind of like, and like thumb towards the wall with like an eyebrow raised.
If it looks like they're going to be at this a bit, I think I will cast Identify on these crazy flask things.
Cool. You have 3 flasks of alchemical fire.
Oh yeah!
Glad you rerolled that.
I'm gonna bundle that up
Now
and
we
put
know
it
what blew
away.
up.
They do 1d4 fire damage at the start of each turn.
Huh.
And they cover a 20-foot cube
Shit.
when shattered. It requires a dexterity check to extinguish the flames.
Don't drop that on a boat.
Did either of my shift players notice that you are approaching another squishy wall?
What would you say there?
But
Oh, I see. In this campaign, sorry.
Yes. If Quentin is motioning towards the soft section of the wall, Druge will kind of sigh because he totally knew something like this was going to come up again and was prepared for it.
Again?
And will. Yeah, there is always something that needs to be knocked
Been together
down,
for a
and it is
while.
always his problem. So he is prepared, and while they were in town, he picked up a portable ram. So he is going to pull
That's
that out
right.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
and attempt to knock down the door or that corner of the wall with the
Hey, when you
portable
knock it down,
ram.
it becomes a door. That's the difference.
Yes.
Between
Yeah.
the wall and the door.
You
Druge.
for you, it looks like you are just tapping at the wall. Like it doesn't. It's like a dink for you, and anybody else they'd be like heave hoeing. And yeah, you make a huge hole in the wall, and you can just sort of kick at it, and the rest falls in. I'm gonna zoom in because you guys are in a fairly small
Boy, what's that
area.
racket going on? You're breaking stuff.
Don't worry about it. We're cooking. And I'll kind of turn to Druge and say, how's
What?
that ram treating you? With kind of like a smile.
I told
have-
you it
I
would
have
be useful.
Okay, so are
No.
you guys gonna move on, or is there anything else you want to do in this room?
Not really.
Could I take a closer look at the water?
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, the water's
See if
just
there's
water,
anything
right?
Weird
Like,
about it?
Okay, let's take a look at this water. It's very clear. Seems to be spring fed, so there's a continual feeding of it.
Oh, so not salty water? Sad.
Sorry, Beast Boy.
Did you just say that it's not salty water and that's sad? You were on brand, my dear. Would any of you like to investigate?
No, Brandol.
I would like to investigate.
Go for it.
God damn it, I rolled another 5. That's 6. I don't know shit. It's water, it's wet.
It appears very pure.
I-
Other than taking a sip, there's not really a good way for you to tell whether it's just water.
Ooh, I will also take a sip.
Can I?
I'm sorry. Brandel, are you taking a sip from
Wait.
this?
Yes,
Okay.
I will.
Oh
You
no.
now have a magical disease called ghoul gut.
What is that?
Please make a con
Do I
saving throw of
die?
DC 12.
Not immediately.
A what? A what?
Con
DC
saving
12?
throw,
Okay.
please.
Oh, that's a natural 20. There we go.
Oh yeah.
Plus 2. So 22.
Okay.
Ghoul gut.
It's just water, guys.
Just tastes like water.
I would like to hold out a copper to Marthala and say, throw a coin in and make a wish.
I'll take the coin, toss it in the water.
It
Not
sinks
say
to
a
the bottom. Nothing odd about that.
It's tradition. You throw a coin in the fountain and you make a wish.
Who says I didn't?
Well, maybe you did.
Bum.
You shouldn't tell other people your wishes either. You keep them in your head.
Yikes.
I too will throw a copper in and make
I
a
will
wish.
walk to the people that are kicking the door down.
Okay. You throw a copper in, it also sinks to the bottom, and it does not appear to have any effect.
That's what you think.
That's true. That is what I think.
As far as you can tell.
Yes. All right, you guys gonna move on to the next room?
I guess, yeah.
When we say next room, do we mean the door that is in ajar or the gaping hole in the wall?
Gaping hole in the wall. Would you like to go through the gaping hole in the wall?
The door that formerly was a wall.
The newly formed door. Yes, let's do it.
Who's going through
Quentin
first?
seemed
Real
interested.
quick.
Mm-hmm.
Is the only source of light right now Marthalla's sword?
Well, that's
And
a
what
good
is the
question.
light situation in here, other than that?
Good question. Well, apparently I can't unlock my damn iPad, so give me a second. There we go. The lighting, it's dark. There are torches and lanterns affixed to the wall, but they have to be lit. Ceilings are 10 foot tall. That's all I'm going to tell you.
Okay, then I would like to, before we move into this next room and
Mm-hmm.
only have one light source, I would like to take a lantern down and light it from some stuff in my pack. What do I got? Yeah, I got.
How high up are these?
They're about 7 feet off the floor.
Then I will not do that.
Is he gonna ask
Oh.
anybody for
Oh.
help?
I can just
Yeah.
light it.
Could I just cast light on something on his persons? As
Yes.
I see him struggle.
Now, what would that be?
What is very obviously attached to you right now, Brennan?
My head.
I will cast light on the tip of his nose.
That's gonna be real hard to see.
I'm sure.
I can't see nothing now.
I'm sure there's a rule against that, but I don't care. That's hysterical. I allow it.
I've gone blind. I can't see nothing. It's the light.
Oh,
They got
calm
me.
down.
I see the light.
Calm
I see the light.
down. Can I dim the light at all?
I have no
So
idea
the-
what that spell allows.
You know what? Can we say that it does so that
Sure.
I don't kill him?
Yeah, that would be good. So let's say that the light is a useful amount of light for Relic to see by, but it's dim. It's dim enough that he can only really see what's right in front of him.
Okay, it says the light can be colored as you like, so maybe like a dim blue.
Yeah,
So
that
that
sounds
it's
good.
everything-
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good nightlight kind of thing. He's
Yeah,
basically a
exactly.
nightlight. Your light actually illuminates the space, but he's got a nightlight. Raise your hand if you have dark vision.
Oh,
Can
With-
you see it if we
How are you
Pretty
gonna
sure
see
no.
it?
You can't see when I'm raising my hand.
I feel like we've run into this before.
I know, I can't remember. I think it would be
Yeah,
easier to
he
say
does.
who doesn't have
Well,
light,
I
dark vision.
technically don't have dark vision, but I have the devil's sight.
What the shit is that?
what's
Christ.
that?
It's a
Warlock
warlock
shit.
thing.
Yeah, it's a warlock thing.
Huh, that's very interesting. Okay. Harlech, do you have night vision?
No, but if it's dark, I'll probably call my familiar and use their vision.
The owl? Do you have to...
Oh,
Can
the
you-
owl has dark vision.
Can
that's
you
right.
walk while you're seeing through the owl's eyes?
I should double check that.
Druge, do you have dark vision?
Definitely do not.
Quentin?
I do.
Marthala, you've got the light, but do you also have dark vision?
I don't think that I do.
Relic?
I can
As
answer.
I usually do, as a rule.
Well, let me look.
I can answer that
I do
question.
not.
Just kidding. I do have dark vision.
Okay.
So
Relic?
if
I do not know. Let me look at your sheet.
No, I do not.
You do not. Got it.
I do not. I'm a halfling. I
yeah,
do not.
I think like the ghost walker halflings.
So
whatever,
Quentin
that's
has
the-
it, Brandel has it, Marthala has it. Marthala's casting a light. Relic has a nightlight on his nose. Druge is just awesome.
You know,
And Harlech is going to use his
Is it just-
owl. Harlech, you're muted, but I can still see your captions.
Sorry,
the
what?
way the familiar works.
I can still see your captions when you're muted, just for the record.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Um,
Somebody came in and started asking me questions. I apologize.
hi to the someone. Okay, so you're going to see through your owl's eyes?
Yes, it doesn't say that I can't do things, but I imagine it would be more difficult.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess
Uh,
like aiming through their eyes is gonna be, probably at something like a disadvantage, but I'm willing to be overruled on it.
I mean, if I use it, I am considered deaf and blind.
Okay.
Well, but you can see through their eyes, right?
Right. So
And
if
you
it
hear
sits
through
on my
their
shoulder,
ears.
it's almost the same, but
Right.
there are issues.
So you
Can
can
you all-
still move and feel touch, but all your visual and auditory sensories are coming from your familiar.
So-
yeah, if it's on your head or your shoulder.
Just to
So
be
I would have
clear,
a sense of body. I could probably move around, but I would not be using my own, so it could be somewhat disconcerting. Yeah.
all right, you are choosing to do this. Just for the record,
Only if I need to. I've got a lantern.
there is precedent.
you're the
for it.
one that said you were. If it was dark, you were gonna call your familiar and look through its eyes. So you're gonna use the owl, or you're gonna use your damn lantern? You butt.
I mean, there's lights. I'm still gonna call the owl, but
I'm saying there
But
isn't
not
lights.
Look through it. Oh,
There
isn't
are
lights?
unlit torches and lanterns on the walls.
oh, then I use prestidigitation and light those some bitches.
Okay.
So everybody's putting light on their sword, and like Quentin's halfway through the wall, and Relic gets his nose lit up like Rudolph, and then
It is
more
like
lights come-
Rudolph! Why
Come
didn't
on,
I
how
make
do you
that
guys
connection
instantly think of
sooner?
that?
I'm so excited right now.
It's blue, so it's a little
No,
weird.
it is-
But yeah.
No, it's red now.
It's blue.
I'm just kidding. It's blue, yes.
Druge will grab a torch with
It
his
is.
trunk, but still have the hands free.
Okay.
I will not grab a torch.
Then let's pretend that was all like, oh, there's torches? Oh, well, hell. Snap, 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 snap.
Yep. That sounds right. Okay. So, y'all are gonna walk through this space into the beyond?
That seems to be Quentin.
Well, yeah, I am very out of sorts about my nose being blue here. This is most unprofessional.
Quentin's green. I wouldn't complain too much.
Would you rather not be able to see?
I can barely see now. You know what? Do you do this?
Would you prefer the light be elsewhere?
Oh, careful, buddy.
Please put it on.
Here, why don't we try this? I would like to move the light to his tongue so that in order to use it, he has to stop speaking.
Yes. Yes.
Does that suit you better?
I will allow it.
If you're talking,
gonna
it's like a
stick
strobe light.
You're welcome.
Okay, so who's going first into this space?
All right,
I will
think
charge ahead.
Okay.
Oh shit! Okay, I'll go behind Marthala. Let's go.
We'll follow after since we're charging now.
I think I've been fairly distracted, so I'll probably be further back.
Oh god!
Oh, why is there a hole?
Hang on, I'm just using your little characters to... Okay, so there are defaced murals and metal etchings, probably once quite beautiful, adorning this hallway. It's very clear that the pile of rocks that you pushed through blocked quite a beautiful archway that was like smashed away so they could put a new wall up there. There's an open pit that divides the passage's eastern and western ends. And hanging from nooses above the pit are two humanoid figures, each clothed in white, with a purple hood pulled over its head. And I think we should take a break.
Good.
I
That's
think-
that's
All right.
fine.
We're about
We're gonna
halfway
have to
through the
repeat that
stream.
description when we come back.
Let's take the 5-minute bio break work for y'all.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sit here
Yeah.
and ask or answer questions and eat M&Ms. So I'm going to mute this microphone, and I'm going to everybody mute your captions if you don't want us to see those. And I'll see you guys back here by, we'll call it an even. Oh, my iPad and my phone say different times. Yeah, let's say 7:05. I'll see you back here at 7:05. Okay, so let's see. What does chat have to say? Tyler says Relic the blue-nosed brown nose. That's good. And they say, why is there a hole? One of my favorite D&D questions. Yeah, that's yep. Also, my Discord bot or my Twitch bot tried to catch a hole as a bad word, so I find that highly entertaining. So I allowed it for sure. Anyway, do y'all have any questions this evening? I will answer as many as I can, but I'm not going to tell you any secrets. But I can tell you how I built this map if you'd like. I can tell you what dice I'm using this evening. I can tell you how my puppy's doing. I can tell you how that sweater I'm knitting is going. I can tell you what I'm thinking about doing for a series called Cereal Spoons. And I can also tell you that I'm literally trying to find a thing that fits with the title Cereal Spoons, spelled Serial, Serial, instead of like having a thing and thinking a good thing to call it is Cereal Spoons. So yeah. Any questions while I eat M&Ms? Or any fun thoughts you want to share? They have to be fun, not mean.
You dancing to the music in your head?
Yes, I am dancing to the music in my head. Do you have a problem with that?
Just checking. It was quiet. You're bopping away.
Doesn't everybody have music in their heads? And also, it's not quiet. There are spooky sounds and torches and like a whoosh noise. I could be dancing to that. You don't know.
That would be interesting.
I just have trouble sitting still. Before COVID happened, I was looking into what stimming is. Because obviously I do it. There's kind of bad stimming and then there's good stimming. And a lot of autistics do it to regulate things that seem overwhelming. Oh, both of us are audible?
I don't have any idea what that is.
Hang on. Why are you audible?
Why am I audible?
Yeah, you shouldn't be audible.
I don't know.
I can see your captions, but Tyler says they can hear you. Say some. Oh, Geeks Like Us joined us. That's exciting. Come judge my GMing. It's only terrifying that you're watching me, that's all. Yeah, I was watching the Geeks Like Us channel but while I was getting set up. And they were doing their lore du jour, which is very cool. The guy that does it, who I like to call Emery, goes into like the lore behind some games, which is why I think Wordman would love it. And it's actually quite good. I really enjoy watching it. And he had to duck out of the stream because there was a snake in the bathroom. And that sounds terrible. Yeah. Geeks Like Us says currently streaming but wanted to say hello. And yes, he did. Luth asked did Emery finish with the snake, so apparently he did deal with it. Yeah. And Wordman said lore. And Geeks Like Us said I'm a lurk, and I am totally okay with lurking. Although it is disconcerting because I can never tell who is lurking when it's Geeks Like Us because there are like 9 of you at this point that all come under the title of Geeks Like Us. It's very confusing. I need like 12 more subscribers so I can add a new emote. Which, by the way, Geeks Like Us, get on the emote train. I need emotes. I've got like 2,000 fucking little bobbly bits where I can get random emotes and you don't have them, so make them. I have a contact. She's very pretty. And she's sitting over there. I'm pointing at Marthala's picture. I actually don't know if Diana does. I don't know if Marthala does emotes, but I just assume she does. Who did the ones for Bard and Barbarian? We said Milky Piru?
You can search for her on Twitter.
I just turned your
Wordman also
microphones
knows.
back on because I can't tell whose microphone is where, so.
Hilarious.
Can you link that in chat for me?
Yeah, let me see if I can find it.
Mine is Jelly. Wordman, can you link her in chat for me?
Oh, absolutely.
Jelly makes my emotes and I love them dearly. I need 12 more subscribers in order to add a new emote, and I can't decide whether I should add the lore emote, which just says lore, the D20 with the 7 facing up, because duh. I think I might start doing something anytime somebody rolls a nat 7. I think I might start using the Deck of Wonders with all of the rude cards removed. And then I have a Bumblebee named Dandy that is part of the Broken Bane campaign. And I have... Oh, I have my Butts emote that I'm worried Twitch won't like. It's an emote of... it's an illustration of me looking upset next to somebody's butt and then butts, butts, butts in the background. It was inspired by Pterodactyl. So we've got Dr. K and Ryan from Geeks Like Us. Thank you so much for joining us. They are excited about Diana's upcoming endeavors, so that's exciting.
Do the thing. Let's see.
I see a post from you that just has stars from Bard and
That
Barbarian.
means that you haven't enabled links.
Oh, weird.
Yeah,
My bad.
that's okay.
Brandel,
Okay.
your audio isn't on.
There's the name.
Well,
dropped in
hi.
chat.
Geeks
Hi.
Like Us said, oh, so that's the same person. Sorry, clients call me Dr. K. Oh! Sorry, I
Brian
was
Kelly.
thinking of... I knew that. I'm sorry. I'll tell you... via Twitter who I thought Dr. K was. I am extremely sorry. Hi, Ryan. How are you?
Dr. K sounds like a drug dealer. Hi, Ryan.
It does
Ryan.
sound like a drug dealer.
Dr. Ryan Kelly, who joins us from Geeks Like Us. It's yeah, I really like that channel. It's a good one. You guys should check it out. There's a bunch of content over there. They do the Lore de Jour. They've got Clinical Role, which is a really good D&D game. They have, gosh, you have all kinds of stuff. They were playing Valorant. They've got like an old games thing. Yeah, see, that's who I thought it was. I thought it was Dunlap. I thought it was Dr. Kelly.
Oh, not Cowart? How many Dr. Ks?
Dr. K is a drug dealer. We just went over this.
But yeah, the Geeks Like Us
I mean,
channel is very
it probably is. I've never met him, but it probably is.
The Bard and Barbarian is posting, and some of our players are Bard and Barbarian. Their channel is also quite fun. They're doing a lot of different role-playing games where they're doing some short campaigns that are just hilarious. And so they're trying out some things that aren't necessarily D&D, and I think that's very interesting, and I'm hoping to learn more about some. I'm actually wondering if I can make requests for games that you guys can play so I can learn about them.
If you want.
Yeah. Geeks Like Us said, LOL, I help people with therapy and ketamine.
I'm kidding.
Whoo!
All
That's a
right,
good
and
doctor.
I think we're back. Okay. Y'all ready to do this
What an
again?
interesting note to restart.
Well,
on.
and he doesn't have any sleeves while he does it either.
Yeah, I don't think I recall a single time with Ryan wearing sleeves. I think he always is wearing sleeveless shirts in my head. I don't know why.
Yeah, we
He
should
has
pitch
a
in and
look.
get him a Marisha Ray
He
sleeves
does,
or
it's a good
bullshit
look.
shirt.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Okay. So, just to reorient you folks are standing in a hallway with defaced murals and metal etchings, which were probably once quite beautiful. And they're adorning all of the walls in this hallway. So it should be absolutely gorgeous, but it is not. There's an open pit that divides the eastern and western sides. Oh, and just for kicks, this map is oriented north, south, east, and west. So up is north, down is south, to your left is west, and to your right is east, okay? Just for the record.
I imagine Harlock is doing a lot of grumbling while trying to examine the fine things that have been defaced.
Okay, so I want to point out that this hallway is very tiny. So only 2 or 3 of you are going to fit in here at the same time. And I
Well, then,
heard
He's at the archway complaining? Because
Sure.
that's also something that got defaced?
that sounds right. I heard that Marthala, Brandel, and Druge made it through the door.
Yeah.
And so you're probably calling back to the rest of them what's in here, I guess. And hanging
Yeah.
from nooses above the pit are 2 humanoid figures, each clothed in white with a purple hood pulled over its head.
Hanging where?
Is it obvious how they got there?
It is not.
How dead do they look on a scale of 1 to 10?
You're gonna have to get a little closer to figure that out.
Can I check out them bodies?
Roll me an investigation check. How close are you gonna get?
Real close.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
You're gonna get to the edge of the pit?
Yes, I am, and I rolled a 9, so we'll see how this goes.
Well, turns out I'm gonna ask you all to roll an initiative. Damn it, that would have been so much cooler if I'd actually got the words out of my damn mouth.
We all know what you meant.
Tyler,
God
they're
damn it.
entering from the south. So they entered the Tressendor from the east. They entered the west. The cistern was on the west wall. The storage room was on the west wall. They went north through a doorway and then are turning west again. So there's a pit between the west side and the east side. So they're on the east side of the hallway. I have to get my little marker thing that I have for you guys copied over before I ask you what your initiatives are. So give me 1 second to get that going. Come on. There it is. Nope, that's not gonna work. Dang it. Isn't initiative fun?
I mean, that is a word you could use, yes.
Fun? Fun's a word I can use?
Yep, super is.
It is and description.
It is and description. Now the real question is, what do I do when I roll an at 7?
Everybody dies.
Right? Alright, Quentin, what do you got?
I have a number which is 13.
Druge,
11.
Marthala,
18.
Relic,
6.
Brandel.
22.
Damn.
Did you roll a nat 20?
Yes.
Okay. Harlech.
17.
Alright, let me arrange y'all.
Is this the furthest forward Brandel has ever been when we roll initiative?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
You think
I
he's
think
gonna go
it's the first
invisible?
time I've rolled a
Yep.
20 on initiative.
Oh wait, we already fought the jackals. Can you do it again?
Invisibility?
Oh, I can't because we haven't had a long rest. I can't do
Oh,
invisibility.
Oh
shit.
man, he's cornered.
Boy, this fight's
Oh,
gonna
no.
get real interesting. Okay,
Okay,
so
but Eldritch West. I have one more spell that I can do to like
Just bust in
bail.
the door and finger guns the
you
dead
only
body.
have one more spell? What kind of warlock are you?
He's a warlock.
He's a
I mean,
warlock.
I
That's
That's how
slept
they
with the
work.
jackals. I slept with like 4 jackals.
That's true. That was a pretty good spell.
And every warlock.
Well, Brandel, turns out you're first. So as Marthala steps forward, the two humanoid figures immediately they raise their heads, and their arms seem to elongate, and they start swinging. What do you do?
Like swinging like towards Marthala. Like
Yeah.
Good.
I will Eldritch Blast.
Sure. Okay.
Shocking.
You're shooting
Who
on
would've
the one
thought?
on the left or the right?
Are they visible on the map for us? Or
You know, I forgot to make things for that, but I'm just
Is
realizing
any
that's
one
evil.
of them particularly closer to Marthala or me?
Does one of them look like Quentin at all?
I mean, she didn't say
Neither
they're
of them are green. They're in
so-
white.
Is one of them green?
They are hung side by side.
Okay.
Exactly halfway between.
Sure, I'll go for the right one.
You gonna go for the one on the right? You guys see that okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And that's an 18 to hit. I rolled a 12.
That hits. Roll for damage.
And then that's a D10.
And you hit stash.
And I hit a 6. 6 damage. Force damage.
And does your force damage take on any kind of look? Like, does it look a special way, or is it just like an invisible force smashes into him?
Like a
Oh, no,
killer
it's
wave.
it's the green.
Yeah, didn't we talk
beam
about like
thing.
it's like a
Yeah.
sea foam?
It's like a seafoam
Oh, that's
beam.
right. Your Eldritch Blast is a seafoam green. Yes. Okay.
It's
Good.
like a little itty bitty like tidal wave on its own over there.
Sure.
Yes.
Look really close, you might see seahorses at the front of it.
The smell of salt, crashing waves.
Yeah.
Made that into a lamp and tried to sell it. You make a lot of money.
So, the scarecrow on the left is going to, swing forward and hit at Marthala for an.
How far does it swing forward?
So she's standing on the edge of the pit, so it swings forward about 5 feet.
I will use my Polar Master reaction to slash at it with a glaive.
Does that interrupt its action?
It doesn't. I just get to roll an attack against it.
Do you get to do that before its action or afterward?
It happens basically simultaneously since it's not an interruption. Just as long as it enters my reach, which is 10 feet. So I think that gets close enough to Marthala if it's moving 5 feet.
Let me ask Marthala a question, and then let me see if you want to keep doing what you're doing. Okay?
Great.
Marthala, does an 18 hit?
Yeah.
Okay. You have
Oh
been
no.
grabbed, and it is dragging you into the pit. And I'm going to need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
It's going great. This is exactly what I wanted. I've lulled you into a false sense of security.
Mm-hmm.
You said a dexterity saving throw?
I did.
13.
You managed to teeter right on the edge of the pit, but you are prone.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Now, Druge, you're going to do a reaction. So let's say that it snags at Marthala and she falls to the ground, but before it can swing back, it's still in your range. Do you want to roll an attack?
Yeah. Sure do.
I'm just realizing that this map is not quite lined up with my... No, yes it is. Never mind. Yeah.
Pretty close.
So you have a 10-foot reach?
With a glaive, I absolutely do.
Dang, okay.
Can I ask a question real quick?
Sure.
If it sort of drops me to the ground and then swings back, is it leaving my area so I would get an opportunity attack?
Yes.
It's still in the 5 feet, like, near
Okay.
you. I think, like, if you were to try to hit it from where you are, you could reach it.
Okay.
Because it's directly in the middle of the pit. I think is how that makes the most sense.
Okay, then carry on. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, let me, yeah, I think that's, yeah, okay. Druge, go ahead and do your attack.
That's a 19 to hit.
That hits. Roll damage.
Fantastic. That's not fantastic.
You just
And I haven't
what?
started raging yet, so 7 points of damage.
Yes, only 7 points of damage. All right, Martha, it is your turn.
How are these scarecrows secured to the ceiling?
They appear
Is
to
it
be.
chain or rope?
It's rope.
Cool. I would like to stand and take a slash at the ropes.
They're secured about 10 feet above you.
And never mind, I would like to get up
Yep.
and then extend my wings.
I was just gonna say, if there's another way you could
Wait
get there.
out.
Mhm.
And I'll fly up a few feet and swing at the ropes.
Yep, that sounds right. Go ahead and
It's gonna be real embarrassing if I miss.
yeah, roll an attack on that for me.
And the DM's like, yeah.
18.
No, I don't have any stats for that. Yeah, I'll say that hits. Roll for damage. I'm just trying to like quickly look up what the stats for rope is.
What's the AC of a rope?
Roll for rope.
If you'd like to know, as
How do you know this?
Because I'm a freak of nature.
Actually, I just looked it up and that doesn't hit.
What?
I'm just kidding. I'm just
well-
kidding. It does hit.
Don't do that to me. 14
Sorry.
points of damage to that rope. Fuck
Hang
you,
on.
rope.
What is
Excuse me while I open up the chat commands creator.
So I'm getting 11 as an AC. Does that match your understanding, TechSoup?
Depends on what the rope is made of, so we
Well,
can go
rope.
with one of those
This
kinds
is
of
an
ropes.
evil rope. It has a
This is
DC
good
or
rope.
an
This is
Made
AC
of
of
bad rope.
72.
Made of evil. Okay, you said you do 14 points of damage.
14 points
It is
of damage.
still dangling by a thread. What else would you like to do?
Ah, well, shit balls. I only have one attack, so cool.
It seems so odd to me that you only have one attack.
Yeah, I feel like I get another one at 4th level. Hint, hint, Dungeon Master. Am I able to yank on the rope that I've just loosened?
I think that would be an action because I'd ask you for a strength check.
Okay, then I'll just stay there.
Okay.
So, I'm gonna hate myself for asking this question.
Yeah.
Is it an action for you to turn the wings on?
Oh. It is an action, so that attack, I couldn't have done it.
Okay.
Thank you for pointing that out. So what I'll do instead is I'll extend the wings and I'll fly around to the other side so that I'm facing, so that I'm not taking up the space right there. that
You will
everyone can
take
get.
attacks of opportunity from both scarecrows if you do that.
Even if I'm not leaving their 5-foot range? I'm literally flying between them and stopping.
You're just gonna
Yes,
land
you
on
can
that
only
side,
move 5 feet.
and that's 10 feet.
I'm not landing.
So you're just gonna fly over here,
Yeah.
Ooh, how high is the ceiling?
10 feet.
So could she possibly go above them?
There's still rope there. Like they can.
Like if they want to take swings at me, that's fine.
No, I think if you stay near them, then you're not moving away from them. So you wouldn't incur an attack of opportunity. I don't think.
Okay.
Because they don't have the same thing Druge does, where if you move within their range, then they get an attack. Does that sound right to everybody?
Yeah, that
It
sounds
does.
right.
Great,
Yeah.
that sounds great. Okay. I meant to do this and I forgot. Harlick, you are up next. Quentin, you're on deck. I'm going to try and do that so you guys
Okay.
know who's coming up. Harlick, what are you doing?
So it's 10 feet wide, 10 feet tall, right?
Yep.
Fireball.
Oh no.
Nah, I don't think that's going to work out.
It will not, because I know where that was going.
You only get so big, but that's not the point.
Ask how
That's
big the
what
room
she
was.
said.
I
Set the cast in
considered
line.
doing it to Marthala, just to be like, oh look, now she can't get dragged off the edge because she's twice
She
as
is
big.
the edge.
Oh my god, please make me huge. That would be amazing.
I think it makes you
Yeah, but
too
I
big
don't
for
know
this
that you
space.
fit.
Make her an edgelord.
I mean, the pit goes down further than 10 feet.
So you
I'll
Yeah,
just
how-
like
edge in
Alice
like a
in
sausage.
Wonderland this shit.
How wide is her wingspan?
Oh,
That's a great question.
How tall is
What
she?
is my wingspan? I'm tallish. Hold on, everyone.
Everyone
I
hold that
believe
thought.
she's
I'm
6-ish
5'8".
Ooh.
Yeah, so your wingspan would be about 6 or 7 feet.
Yeah.
So if I doubled it, it'd be real wide.
It'd be about 12, 14 feet, yeah.
I would be clipping the sides of this.
It'd be
You'd have
comfortable.
trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's at like full wingspan.
So probably not the best idea.
You know what?
It would be
When has
funny,
that
though.
ever stopped us?
So,
So what's Harlick
all
doing?
right.
So yes to the fireball.
So I'm going to tell. Oh shoot! I forgot his name already. That feels terrible. The owl.
your bird?
to- Yeah.
If you forget the name of
Oh,
a familiar, I kill it.
Okay, then.
I know what it was.
Oh, Jesus.
Hold on a bit.
Can anyone
all right.
in chat recall the name of the owl, or it's dead?
Was it Archimedes?
Artemis.
Or Artemis?
No.
That's
Oh,
what I'm
it's-
calling
I think
it.
it was
Okay.
Hootie.
Such a blowfish.
Hootie and the Blowfish.
There it
Okay,
is.
so you're sending the owl where now? Oh, did I break Harlick?
Oh,
Moloch?
sorry. I let go. It's Moloch.
Moloch. His name is Moloch.
I would like him to pass by and assist attacking the one on the top, and I'm going to. This probably isn't going to work. I'm going to try. What's it called? Shoot.
What are you shooting?
Toll the Dead, which probably isn't going to work. On the one on the bottom. Or, yeah, the one on the bottom. Toll the Dead is a roll for the attacked, and it is a necrotic damage, if that makes a difference.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Did you?
And I'm
And
sorry,
then I'm
what do I
going
have
to
to
get
do?
out of the way.
What do I have to do?
Your mic cut out, Harlick.
So you have to roll a wisdom save of 13.
Saved.
I think that's a nothing.
Mm.
And then I'm going to get out of the way.
Got it. Quentin, you're up. Druge, you're on deck.
Cool.
Quentin?
Now, according to my stat sheet, we took a short rest after we fought the jackals.
Sure.
Does it look like some things refreshed? Okay.
Sure.
I
don't know. I don't keep track of these things.
Well, okay. I'm just gonna trust my sheet then. I'm going to, as a bonus action, and I'm going to, well, I'm gonna run up to the edge, and then, oops, not grid. Give me the map back, Discord. Thank you. I'm gonna run up to the edge of the pit, and then I'm going to phase step to the other edge behind Marthala, so she's got a buddy. Did I lose everybody?
No, I'm listening. I'm just making up.
Discord
I'm
frozen. Okay.
very excited about a feather that I made for
I saw that.
for Harlick's. And now I'm trying to change
Owl.
the color because I'm a dork.
Yeah. So, yeah, exactly. So that I'm against the far wall.
So the next person that attacks the top one gets advantage, by the way.
Cool. So when I teleport, since I'm a winter Eladrin, before you,
You're a what?
I have a thing, a racial thing.
He's a beach bog. He doesn't
yeah,
understand
but-
winter.
Yeah, exactly.
What is
So-
winter?
Oh, winter.
I don't know, but it's coming.
Before
Yeah,
I
you're
teleport, or as I'm teleporting, I guess, since it's within 5 feet of me, the one at the top has to make a wisdom saving throw or be frightened of me until the end of my next turn.
What?
As the Winter Eldrin, when you phase step, one creature of your choice that you can see within 5 feet of you before you teleport must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or be frightened until the end of your next turn.
And what do I have to beat?
Wisdom saving throw. I'm assuming my spell DC?
Sure.
Probably. Which is a 13.
It succeeds.
Oh, I don't know where it would go if it didn't, but
Well, hell.
and then I'll use my bow, my longbow, to attack it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm using the
Or not.
and you're attacking the one on the top or the bottom?
Oh, yeah, the one on the top. Does that, because that's the one Marthala hit already, right?
No.
She didn't hit because
we
she
had to
couldn't.
retcon that,
Both
remember?
of them have been hit.
Right. Because you did your wings.
I didn't think either of them had been hit.
I hit one with an Eldritch Blast.
I have
Yeah.
damage written down
One
on both of
with
them, so
So Brandel hit one, and Druge hit the
Oh,
other.
did Druge hit the other one? Yes.
And Marthala hit none of them.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Thanks
right.
for reminding me. Rude ass.
It's
So you hit
because
the-
you didn't try. It's
so you're
because
hitting the
you
one on the
didn't
top
try.
or the bottom. Wow, she
To
Be
Yikes.
nice.
lane slap you.
top of the
No,
bottom.
no, that's that's like a plus, right? It's not that I'm shaming you for missing. It's that like you were doing something else.
You were flying gloriously through the air, and you don't need to hit anything.
But I want to.
You will. Are you hitting the one on the top or the bottom, Quentin?
For the top.
Okay. And roll to hit.
Well, the first one was I rolled a 5, but you said the advantage on that one.
No, I didn't.
Harlick.
I did something, but it's for an attack roll.
This
Yeah.
is an attack roll.
I'm attacking it.
Oh,
All
then
right,
yeah.
then it qualifies as a.
Great.
Well,
roll
my
again.
second roll was a 6.
So you're doing
over
great
the
then.
5.
He's so bad at this.
We're in
Well.
combat.
That's wasted.
Plus 6, so that's a 12.
That hits!
Great.
Tyler says she didn't fail to hit. She hasn't tried yet.
Yeah, she was busy getting her wings
Thank
out.
you, Tyler.
Where'd your
That's what I
wings?
was saying.
Roll for damage?
Harlick.
Yes, but you said it in a weird way that made people grumpy, so say things better. Say things better. Roll for damage.
That is a 5 plus 4, so 10 damage.
5
Damn it.
plus 4 does not equal 10.
But 9. 9
Details.
Damage. Yep.
Details.
I was
Tech
looking
soup
at
in
plus
for the math.
6. Yeah.
Wouldn't it be cool if it did, though?
It would be cool if it did. Okay. Anything else from you, Quentin?
Nope, that's my bonus, my move, my bonus, and my regular action. That's it.
Druge, you're up next, and then the other Scarecrow's gonna go, and then Relic's gonna go, so Relic, be ready. Druge, what are you gonna do?
So they are dangling over the middle of the pit, right?
Yes.
When you say they're dangling, it looks like they don't have any slack on the rope presently.
Correct. They are hung from they're like hung bodies. Which is creepy and gross.
Great. So Druge will take a couple steps forward, get within 5 feet of the one on the left, I think. And instead of attacking, he will take a shove action with the portable ram and try and knock it 4 feet down into the pit and snap the rope.
Let the bodies hit the floor.
How long have you been waiting to say that? Yeah, sure. What would I roll to? not
You
that?
make a strength or dex check against my athletics check to see if they don't get shoved.
All right. Yep. Okay. Roll away. Yeah. What'd you roll?
That is a 27.
Nice.
Good lord.
Yeah. So you dump one into the bottom of the pit,
Bye.
Fantastic.
and you said the one on the left.
Yes.
Okay.
Which is the bottom one, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he is now at the bottom. Yeah.
All right. The one on the right. Oh, sorry. Do you have other stuff you're gonna do?
No, I don't think so. So the one on the left is now at the bottom. And
I'm gonna twist it
no
in this
longer-
direction to indicate that it is at the bottom of the pit, which is all
How
I will
deep is this
say
pit?
for it now. It appears to be about 20 feet deep.
Great.
Cool.
Does it take damage when it falls, or do I
It's
know that?
hard to tell, because it's
Great.
20 feet down,
Cool.
and it
so I
doesn't
will-
scream.
It's also made of hay. Yeah.
It does not appear to be made of hay.
Oh.
This figurine appears to be made of hay, but I said that they were humanoid figures
Ah,
dressed
right.
in white with purple hoods on their
My
heads.
bad.
Awkward.
Okay. What else are you doing, Druge?
Having accomplished that, I don't think he's going to rage. I will hang out at the bottom left edge of the pit.
So I'm seeing Druge, like, punt through the wall, swing with the glaive, and then, like, look at the portable ram again and just be like, meh, and then punt at the figurines.
Yeah, just over the top of the head, straight into the shoulder and down and snapping off the rope.
Like an angry Three Stooges bonk.
All right. Does 18 hit you, Druge?
It does.
Please roll a dexterity saving throw.
That is a 17.
Okay, you are lying prone at the pit's edge as the remaining scarecrow reaches forward and tries to drag you into the pit.
Understandable.
I'm gonna put that down here. Relic, you are up. What should you?
Right. So I've not been in this room the entire time.
You just hear some scuffling and stuff.
Excellent.
Oh, is something happening?
What's going on in there? So I suppose I will move into the room.
Mm-hmm.
Oh bloody hell! She's got her angel wings going.
Yeah.
Don't what? So I don't even know. Like, I'm based on what I see right now. The scarecrows aren't malicious, right? Like they're just the one's just hanging there. That's all I can see.
Yes, you can only see
Swinging with
one.
grasping arms, probably?
You can see a figurine hanging from the. Yeah.
Is it doing anything, or is it just like hanging out there?
Currently, it seems to be swinging back and forth a little bit, so it's animated a little bit, but you haven't seen it try to damage anybody.
Huh.
Technically.
Well, I don't know what's going on in here, but seems like you lot are into something. So Marfalo with the wings, you do good, right? You do good, and I will give her bardic inspiration.
Nice. Is that a bonus
And
action?
I will. It is a bonus action. I will pull out my hand crossbow tentatively and load it and prepare an action for if something malicious happens, I will shoot it. But at this moment, I have no idea what's going on.
Do held actions only last until the end of the round or until your next action?
I do not know.
Until the condition is met or the round ends.
Okay. The round ends on you, Relic. So I'll say you pull out your crossbow. Hand crossbow.
Look menacing.
Okay.
And you
then
look
nothing.
menacing. Yeah. Okay, so we are about to start the second round. It is about 7:40 my time. We usually end in about 20 minutes. And it took us 40 minutes to get through that round. So I'm not sure we're going to be able to get
That's a
through
good
another round
round,
this evening.
I think we can be faster this time.
You guys want to try and do a speed round? All right. Brandel.
20 minutes isn't really a speed round.
When it took you 40 minutes to get through the first one, yeah, kind of.
Well, it took 40 minutes because of stuff like this, so come on.
Fair enough. All right, let's do this. Brandel, you're up, and Marthala, you're on deck. Brandel, what do you got?
The Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
Oh, that's a fucking. Oh God, I rolled a 1.
If you fucking hit me again,
Marthala out of the air.
I will kill
I'm impressed.
I will use the
impressed.
bardic inspiration to gut you.
I do want to point out that it's the top one is still there, right? The bottom one's
That's
gone.
2 damage. 2
I'm
damage.
I'm gonna say
I will also mention that Brandel has the RP point.
that's true.
Oh, can I re-roll? Is that a thing?
But I also
can.
just kind of want to let this happen.
Okay, yeah.
If you'd
I will
like,
re-roll.
Okay.
That's a 17.
that hits.
That's
Roll
big.
damage.
Should I re-roll the damage?
Yes, re-roll the damage, please.
Okay. That's 5.
Should
5
have kept
damage.
that out.
Do you want your party members to die?
No, but I want to watch Marthala murder Brandel.
What? What? Okay, Marthala, you're up next, and Harlech, you're on deck. Marthala, what are we doing?
I'm gonna hit it with my great sword.
Do it.
That is a natural 20.
Oh, you hit the shit out of this.
So 27.
You definitely hit.
Nice.
Now, remember, you're going to take max damage on one die and then roll the other die because we use brutal criticals here.
max damage on 1 die.
What's your damage die?
It's 2d6 plus 5.
So,
So 12 plus
yeah,
2d6
12 plus
five.
2d6 plus 5. Yeah, exactly. I always say
Oh,
that
okay.
way more confusing. Brandel, you have to say it from now on. I clearly can't.
Sure.
So there's 27 points of damage.
I thought that was what you rolled to hit. You rolled exactly the same amount of points.
I did.
That's-
I did indeed.
The symmetry there is gorgeous.
You know,
It's like just her symmetry of her wings.
and if I can, I would like to just cleave it right down the middle.
You do.
Split
Just
it
one
in
clean
twain.
swipe.
You do. You
It's
you
still
split it.
swinging.
No,
it's
it
on
doesn't.
the rope.
Are you going to split it from crown to navel?
From crotch to crown.
Yeah, so the two pieces split off and fall down into the pit, and you did just slice a humanoid in half. It was definitely not made of straw.
Well, it tried to pull me into the fucking pit, so...
It did. It deserved it. Mm-hmm. All right, so technically, unless one of you falls into the pit, you're no longer in combat.
Like, come out and be like, all right.
Yeah,
You good then?
that ended real quick.
Yeah?
Yeah, all right. So, what are you guys doing?
Listening to hear if anything is coming out of the pit.
You can look down in there, and it does not appear. Like the figure is just standing there, and not moving.
Is there a door over by Quentin right now?
There is.
Where is my dog?
Okay, John Wick.
No, John Wick
you-
is actually good at what he does.
Wow.
Oh, your dog is with you, which
It
you
came
did
to the other
not
side of the pit?
expect. But it is standing next to you.
So I think what would have happened is I would have turned around to be like, figure out how to like help him navigate and get over here, and he's not on the other side of the pit, and I'll kind of look around and see him like,
He's
is
right
he like
next
in
to
a
you.
heel next to me?
Mhm.
I'll kind of
His tail is
Oh.
wagging. He is super proud of himself.
like
Like, Papa, I did it.
Confused and be like, good boy, and then kind of like, you know, play with him and give him a positive reward and like look at Marthala and be like, did you what? How? And then look
I
at
have
Rouge.
no clue, dear. No clue.
Oh, okay.
Brennan,
Yeah, are you
Yeah.
still flying, Marthala? Are you still up in the air?
yes.
Okay.
Would you perhaps like a lift over here?
You gonna fly me over?
I was considering it.
All right, I reckon.
Okay. And I'll fly over and pick him up as dignified as I can and shuttle him over the pit.
How do you pick up a halfling with dignity?
Picturing bodyguard.
I'll just sort of offer my arm and let him figure it out. Like I'll like flex and let him figure it out because
That
I don't want to
sounds-
insult him.
Sounds totally right. Yeah. Great. Okay, so Relic gets over there. What are the rest of y'all doing? It is a bit crowded. I think only 3 of you can be on this side at a time.
So it doesn't look like there's room on the other side.
It doesn't. It's pretty crowded in there.
Quentin, would you like to pet this door as well before we go through it?
Did you just ask me if I wanted to pet? Yeah, I'm gonna.
Isn't
see
that
if
what
it's
you
safe.
do?
Yep,
I'll look back
I
at
pet the
Rouge
door.
and sort of shrug again.
I'm gonna pet the door, by which I mean check it for traps.
I am thoroughly delighted. Please continue.
So that's a 16 investigation to check for traps.
Sorry, I just had to write down the exact phrasing because I am delighted. Let's see here. This door does not appear to be locked either. It is made out of wood. Doesn't appear to be trapped.
And I'll say it looks good to go. I think we're safe to open it.
So you all are friendly then?
Yep. This door is a friend.
All right. I would like to open the door.
Okay. So you open the door, and you find a smallish room, and stop that. Give it. You find a smallish room. There are 3 smashed human-sized coffins and 1 intact smaller coffin lying on the floor here. The larger coffins are carved of fine mahogany, and they are lined with rotting silk.
Yikes.
And there are
Any
humanoid.
leather-bound books.
What?
Anchorman, carry on.
Oh, and there are humanoid bones scattered all across the floor.
Hey, Druge.
Yes, I know.
Move into
Actually,
the
I was
room.
going to ask you to take the door off the storage room.
Or I could just carry the both of you and jump over the pit.
Oh, can you?
I mean, if
Trust me.
you feel like it, sure.
How much does Brandel weigh?
Yeah, because I'm pretty big. I don't know.
Please let Brandel make Druge throw him, even though he so doesn't need it.
Ride that wave.
It's like a Chris Farley.
How far can people jump?
It is, if it's a long jump, equal to their strength score, which in Druge's case is 18.
So you're fine.
My
How?
strength score
Uh-huh.
or modifier? Because my modifier is
Score.
0.
Score.
So 10.
He doesn't have an 18
10.
modifier. Yeah, so you could jump
Oh.
across the pit. How about Harlech?
Good point.
It is exactly 10.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say you could all jump across the pit.
Yeah, we can
Okay.
try and catch him on the way
All right.
over. and
Yeah.
hurt
So
him
you
if
guys
he-
are all entering this room.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, we cannot see that on the.
Oh, I see what I did there. Yeah.
There you go.
Probably somewhat nervously, but yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
What are y'all doing in this room?
I'm gonna go check out this tiny coffin
Exactly.
without bringing
Open
any
the
attention
tiny
to
coffin.
it if I can.
Open it. Open it now.
I'm gonna
Do you
examine
get-
it before.
There are methods.
Do you get to about?
I know methods.
Do you get to about there?
Uh-huh.
You were surprised. We will roll for initiative next time.
Oh shit.
Oh, God.
Damn.
See, you should have let me just Eldritch Blast.
Did
the coffin.
something pop out of the coffin?
You'll know next time.
We're surprised. We
I
don't
will
know.
tell you next time. You see Quentin bend over the coffin, and then something moves.
Jeez.
All of the other coffins
It's a trap.
become monsters.
You're so good at petting doors, and yet
What? When did I ever pet the door?
you had to pet the door. To figure out if it
Tyler
was
has
gonna hurt you.
Tyler has said hashtag pet the door, and Tyler actually called out that you should pet the coffin. So
Yeah,
maybe you
pet
should
the
listen to
coffin.
chat more.
Oh, damn.
Okay.
Or
Um,
just, be better.
Treasure Tuesdays 31 from crotch to crown.
yeah, that was my favorite comment from chat tonight.
Yeah.
I actually got that from my
Tyler,
mom.
though?
She says it often enough that it's kind of creepy.
Who says that?
Crotch
My
to
mom.
crown?
Yeah. She talks
Yeah,
about
from crotch
splitting
to
people
crown.
from crotch to crown.
Really?
Your mother talks
That is
about splitting people from
surprising.
crotch to crown?
It
Justice
was
can
a
attest to this. My mother is a psycho.
well, it was a
No,
medieval
she's a
form of
warrior.
execution as well.
Yeah, she's just very thorough about killing her enemies. Doesn't mean she's a psycho necessarily.
Yeah, Viking warrior sounds way better.
Yeah.
All right.
She's not a fucking horrible. Okay. All
She,
right,
she
fine,
could be.
fine.
You don't know.
I don't know her at all. It's just my mother, you guys.
Yikes. Okay. So if Marthala says her mother's a psycho, I guess she is, and I'm really sorry, Marthala's mom. Okay,
I
so
don't think she knows what witch is. I think we're safe.
my mom does. I believe my grandmother has learned how to use Twitch, and I have not told her when my games are. All right, what'd you guys learn tonight? Now remember, we're gonna go through what you guys learned, and then we'll go through the role-playing points. I do accept nominations from chat for role-playing points, and then the team on my side, the players actually vote on which role-playing point wins, and that person gets an RP point, which means they can have advantage on one roll the next session. So, what'd y'all learn tonight?
we found a creepy cellar. Supposedly there might be survivors inside. And we found some basically bombs. We found D&D bombs.
Yep. That's true.
Some diseased water.
Well, you don't know that.
Seemed just water to me. I don't know.
You're right. I don't know that. We found that hanging people aren't necessarily non-hostile people.
You found that hanging people are not necessarily non-hostile. Really? You want me to write that down? It literally hurts me to write that down.
Probably.
They weren't hostile before, they certainly are now.
I am so mad I'm writing this down. Why do you hate me?
Well, don't.
You're
Don't
supposed
write
to
it,
be my
then.
friend. I have to.
Why?
Because he
We
said
didn't
it.
learn that. I didn't learn that.
I mean, we also found survivors in the rubble who apparently have pieces of the thing we were looking for anyway.
Oh yeah,
that is
we
a
found
very
somebody
good
who was
point,
alive
yeah.
for
That's
a
true.
day or two under rubble.
And we got a clockwork piece from him.
Mm-hmm. Called.
So, job done, we could leave. No need for politics.
We also found out that Brandel can miss and not kill a friend.
Not kill me specifically.
Technically, he
should've
got to
thought
re-roll
about
that, so.
I should have not
true.
said anything. I'm upset with myself.
Piece of
Anything.
travel.
Timepiece of travel. Thank you. Timepiece of travel. All right. Anything else you guys learned? Are you ready for a role-playing point? Tyler described it as a time-space gear-shaped spoon. I enjoy that Tyler is willing to just like really lean into these spoons.
Everything is a spoon.
I love it. I am here for it. Yeah. You guys ready for role-playing points? Or you have more learned?
My dog got across
Yeah.
the gap somehow.
That's true.
Can I role play
think
the
its
dog?
strength score
Yeah,
is
can we
10.
give points to the dog?
You cannot give points to the dog.
Oh, it's
And
14.
Quentin is still useless in combat, so I have to solve all his problems for him, as usual.
Wow.
Wow.
Being grumpy.
I wonder how that happened.
I'd like to nominate Brandel for being disappointed that the water wasn't salt water.
Yes.
That was good.
Excellent.
Hang on. Let me get that set up.
Oh, sorry, we're not there yet.
No, we are. Wait, sorry. No, we are. I just want to. I have to do the setup thingy. So I say today's the 7th of the 7th month, which is not exciting for me at all. Okay, so you're nominating Brandel for being disappointed the water in the cistern was not salt water. Okay. Other comments? Remember, I'm accepting nominations from chat.
Nominate Relic for walking in the room where everybody's screaming and fighting and being like, "What's going on? Guess we're okay." Which is perfect because he didn't see anything.
It wasn't that.
Yeah.
I just didn't know what to attack.
No, it was totally on brand. You didn't see it, and you played it that way.
Yeah.
No, that was a really good role-playing moment. Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I'm not saying that sarcastically.
It doesn't.
I'm saying that
It doesn't
was
have to be a.
well-played.
It doesn't have to be a funny moment. It doesn't have to be
Yeah.
useful. I mean, Brandel's thing wasn't really particularly useful, but it is super on brand for him. What else?
Marthala just saying, "Fuck this, wings out. We're murdering these shits."
Yeah.
I'm walking into the room first. There are these two things. They're attacking everyone. Fuck it. The wings are coming out. We're murdering everything.
Yeah, that worked out really well. I like that.
Drew's using the battering ram as a weapon was
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
nice
that's pretty good.
touch.
Yeah. I really enjoy that you do stuff like that. Thank you, Tech.
It's good times, you guys.
Any other moments anybody would like to nominate, either from chat or players, for voting? Tyler says, I liked Marthalla's half shrug
yes.
to Druge about Quentin's door petting. Yeah, that's definitely
Just
going there.
hashtag door petting being a thing now.
Like, I got the second time when she asked me to do it, but I missed the first time that inspired her to ask me in the first place.
Yeah, no, I am all about this.
Was that one of those things
Mentally,
that
I'm
happened
trying
in
to picture what it
Marcella's head?
looks like when you look for traps. And to
Well,
Yeah,
me,
like-
because I'm trusting.
I feel like he's running his fingers along things and like bending over and looking and weird, so it could be petting.
Like, he just kind of goes and like feels the door.
Yeah.
Did I as a
It
player miss
doesn't
something,
make sense
or
to me.
are you just doing so well with what Marthalla's thinking that you manifested her interpretation?
That's probably it.
That's amazing.
I think it's just that Marthalla you didn't say let me check for traps. You said
Yeah.
you just
No,
did,
that's a totally
Right.
foreign concept to her.
yeah.
That's wonderful.
Which is why I'm so excited about it. Okay, any other good role-playing moments? You guys ready to vote?
Ready to vote?
All right, vote
Do
away.
it.
I'm looking for 6 votes. I've got 1, 2. Good. Doors, yes. 3 for doors. Good, yes. I got 4 votes. Looking for 6.
It's 5.
That's 5. 1 more. Come on, Wordman.
And
No, I voted with the door.
You
Oh, he
vote with
did,
the
yeah,
door.
no,
Who
you're
am I voting
right.
for?
there we go.
There it is.
Bros!
Oh no!
The guys have to stop that. Okay, so we have a tie. We have Drew. We have Marthalla's half shrug to Druge about Quentin's door petting gets a role playing point, and Druge for using the battering ram as a weapon also gets a role playing point because you guys split the vote, which is the only context that I'm okay with this.
The only appropriate time.
Only
ever.
a time that it's appropriate internet. All right, so we will. I believe we're back here again in a week. We will see what they have discovered in this room and what else they have to discover. And if y'all have any questions or concerns or suggestions, please let me know. But otherwise, stream, this has been wonderful, and I've enjoyed playing with all of you. And we're gonna say goodnight, stream. Good night, stream.
Night.
Bye.